I know it's here somewhere. Finally. Oh, it's time for the doctor. You're listening to Dr. Bill, the computer curmudgeon. Take it away, Doctor.
Well, all right, it's that time again, and the doctor is in. It's time once again for Dr. Bill, the computer curmudgeon. And I trust you're having a great day today. We got some good things for you on the program today. A lot of things to talk about. Wow. We got a lot of things to talk about. We really do. But first of all, we are proud members of the Tech Podcast Network, techpodcast.com. If it's tech, it's right here on Dr. Bill, the computer curmudgeon. We're also proud members of the International Association of Internet Broadcasters. I got to say that every time. Anyway, this is Dr. Bill Bailey, and this is Dr. Bill, the computer curmudgeon. You probably already knew that, but if you didn't, now you do. I'm going to do a few things here to get ready for the netcast that I didn't do earlier. Just one of those things. I got to get set up for a couple of things. First of all, you need to know about the blog. The blog, of course, is drbill.tv, drbill.tv, as it says there on the screen. And if you go to that blog, you will find an interview. And this is a very neat interview, a very special interview. I want to encourage you to watch it all the way through. It's an hour and I believe it's an hour and 20-some minutes, almost 90 minutes long, but it's worth it. A couple of caveats. I know you're going to look at it and say, "What? Wait a minute, Dr. Bill, that's Glenn Beck's podcast." Okay, yes it is. And you may not be a fan of Glenn Beck. Some of you are going to say, he's a conspiracy theorist, and on and on and on, and blah, blah, blah. All of that, that's fine. You're not watching this to watch Glenn Beck. You're watching it to see his guest, Jeff Brown, who is a futurist. And he's talking about the future of technology, which fits right in with this program, Dr. Bill, the computer curmudgeon. Just lay aside the fact that it's Glenn Beck that's interviewing him, okay? All right? Trust me, please. And just watch the interview for the content of the interview, which is talking about 5G, AI, all the implications to society of these technologies that are coming up. I guarantee you, you will be amazed. I was pretty much blown away by the content. Okay, it made you think. It made you consider what's going to be coming up in the near future, 5 years out, 10 years out, 20 years out. What's going to be coming? How's it going to impact us individually? And I tell you, it really gives you a lot to think about. It gives you a lot to think about in issues that you and I have talked about, like our safety of our information, our security, our privacy online. A lot of things are covered in this this podcast that Glenn Beck does with this gentleman. I tell you, putting aside any political issues or differences, just watch for the tech content. You will be impressed. Now, speaking of 5G, I've got an article here, a very brief one, about 5G right here in central North Carolina. I talked to my vendor, AT&T, for my cell phone, and basically talked to them briefly about 5G. And they're, it's not here yet. Don't worry about it. It's, you don't have to find a phone that does 5G yet. Not a big deal. Leave it alone. And I went, So I did some more research. I found out that we have 5G right now available through T-Mobile. If you're a T-Mobile user or you switch over to the T-Mobile network, you can actually start using 5G right here, right now. And I plugged in my zip code into this coverage map. I've got a link to it, the T-Mobile 5G coverage map. If you click on that, enter your zip code, you'll see coverage in our area or your area, wherever you may be watching this program. and see whether you have it locally as well. It is fascinating that we have 5G capabilities right here in High Point, North Carolina, where I'm from. And wow, this is cool stuff. This is stuff that you need to look into and think about the implications. What does it mean? I am probably going to make the switch to T-Mobile and get a 5G phone, and I'll let you know how that goes if I do that. So stay tuned. All right, next item we have here. A lot of people are talking about the fact that there's no headphone jack in their new smartphone. Okay? Well, there's some plans down the road for Apple in their iPhone to move away from any ports. Everything will be done wirelessly. This is an article on The Verge called Apple Will Reportedly Release an iPhone Without Any Ports in 2021. It's only 2 years away as the crow flies. Okay? And if you have been frustrated that they didn't have a 1/8 inch headphone jack, well, prepare to be more frustrated because you're not even going to have a USB-C connector anymore when this one comes out. All right? They are going entirely wireless. That is their stated direction, and that's the direction they're going in. And I think this is going to be probably true. As went the iPhone with the headphone jack, so go all the other phones. And they now have only Bluetooth-capable headsets and so forth in a lot of other companies' phones, okay? It's very rare to find a headphone jack anymore. Well, it's going to be the same way with any other kind of jack. All right, everything's going to be done wirelessly. And arguably, with 5G and the throughput of 5G, maybe that's not an unreasonable thing, okay? That's where you've got to start thinking about some of these issues of where technology is taking us. And one reason I want you to listen to that podcast that I have in the blog, drbill.tv blog. There's a link to the YouTube discussion that this futurist has, Jeff Brown, with Glenn Beck. And I tell you what, you need to listen to it. Take the time, even if you have to listen in sections. Break it down to where if you don't have enough time to sit and just listen to it all at once, take a drive somewhere and listen to it in your car or something. Record it and do that or something. But listen to the content. You really will benefit. I encourage you to do it. It will open your mind to where we're going with technology. What some of the future technologies that are coming at you and how it's going to change society. It's really worth your time and effort. And I'm talking to some of you out there. You know who you are that I used to work with. The other computer curmudgeon. You need to listen to this. Really. I'd love to have some discussions with you about it, all right? And that's true of everybody else as well. I don't mean to do a whole podcast just oriented toward this one fellow. But it's true of everybody else. You will be amazed at some of the things they get into. So I encourage you to check it out. It's going to do you good. And as I say, don't worry about where it's coming from, okay? Don't even think about that. Let the fact that it's coming from Glenn Beck just zip right past you. You don't care, okay? Because they get into some good things on this particular podcast. So listen to that. Think about some of the things they're talking about. Join me again next time. Remember, until then, that the doctor is out of here.
Dr. Bill, the Computer Curmudgeon, is a production of DrBillBailey.net with all the honors, rights, and privileges thereunto appertaining.